Speaking of Terry, we have his what are you, mom?
Yeah, call me mama.
Call him mama. We got
Big mama.
Alex. Alex mama.
Damn it,
Alex.
Spence. I'm sad you picked Croc because I thought for sure you would have picked an RPG, and I was hoping to throw off the tone. So I have a story before I get to my actual game for what I tried to play. I went to the game store near me that sells like retro stuff to try to find a game for this because I wanted to play something that I'd never played before. So I went and I was looking through the games, and I didn't have a lot of free time because I was working a lot. So I picked up a copy of Duke Nukem Time to Kill, and I was trying to play that. Don't try to play that. It's like look, it was Duke Nukem, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a fun little shooter, run and gun, whatever, have fun. No, it's Tomb Raider, but with Duke Nukem and time travel, and it's Tomb Raider. So I played the first stage, and I got past the first stage after like 5 attempts, and I was like, I'm not doing this. So I gave up on that. And I decided to talk about my favorite PlayStation game, a game that I've played basically my entire life. It's a game called Ape Escape. It's first party developed 3D platformer. And Amon, I would like to shit on your perspective here. This game does 3D platforming very well on the PlayStation. Thank you very much. What's interesting about Ape Escape is that it came out around the same time as the analog stick controllers came out. Before they even had DualShock, it was just like the analog controllers. And it takes advantage of them. It's the whole point. It's sort of like a tech demo for the sticks. So before I get to the actual plot and stuff, what makes it interesting gameplay wise is that you use the left stick to move, the right stick for your items, and the triggers to jump, and then you use like the face buttons to switch items and the pads to camera. Very interesting setup. It works really well. I mean, the game still. I was playing it this morning some just to get a feel for it again. It still holds up incredibly well. Ape Escape is a first-party developed game for the PlayStation about monkeys trying to take over the world. There is an evil monkey named Spectre who has gained super intelligence through this monkey helmet, and he has escaped this theme park that he works at. And he's like a little attraction monkey, and he takes this. I guess it's like time travel device. It's not really explained like who the characters are in terms of like their like connections, but he goes to this professor's lab who invented the monkey helmets, and takes him and a bunch of his other monkey companions back in time to try to rewrite history. And but at the same time, you play a Spike, and your best friend Jake show up to the lab at the same time as the monkeys are going back in time, sending you back in time, you and your friend. Back to the past, and the whole point is to collect the monkeys and stop them from rewriting history. So you're going through like different eras. You go to like the Ice Age, the prehistoric. There's like a feudal Japan area. And what's interesting to me is that I always love this game because it took the idea of like Mario 64 or like those kind of collectathons, but turned it on its head. Like, what if the whole idea was like, okay, there's the star you need to collect, but that star is going to do everything in its in its power to get the fuck away from you. It's gonna run, it's gonna hit you, it's gonna fucking throw shit at, it's gonna have rocket launchers, it's gonna hop into a UFO, it's not gonna let you catch it. And that's where the difficulty of the game is that the items you need to collect are willingly they're running. You cannot catch them. It's very hard. And it has unique ideas with the items. So, something in like Banjo-Kazooie, you would get like new power-ups, like, oh, you can now do the Talon Trot. Oh, you can do the Wonder Wing. In this game, you get different items. So you start out with like a net and a stun club. You can use the stun club to hit the monkey and catch him. But you get things like the monkey radar, which kind of helps you, find where they are hidden in the level. You get things like a hula hoop that makes you run faster, and a little RC car where you can drive it through and, solve puzzles and stuff. That really helped to expand the levels. It helps you go back to the older levels and kind of find hidden stuff. This is a game that I played originally like one winter break, and I remember that's like all I did that like winter break, which was just I like got everything in this game, and I loved it so much. And my parents took note of that, and I didn't have a lot of money growing up, so they couldn't buy me like brand new games often. But I swear to God, they bought me every brand new Ape Escape game after this point. like when it came out. I got Ape Escape 2, I got Ape Escape 3, I got Ape Escape Pumped and Primed. The other one I didn't get was the PSP ones because I didn't have a PSP at the time, but I bought those later. And I was just like, growing up, it was like my favorite Sony franchise. And I think this game, in terms of PS1 standards, it holds up surprisingly well.
What do you think of the sequels?
They're good. I think this game has a certain charm that is lost. I think they try to make it a little too cutesy with the sequels, a little, more mascotty. This game doesn't. I don't feel like it was trying to do that. It has like a quirky sense of humor, but the sequels are like, there's a silly situation where there's a monkey dressed up like a Han Solo, or there's a kooky situation where there's ninja monkeys. This game was more just, I don't know, it was about the fun, and I think they tried to make it more of like a marketing thing after this. They're not bad sequels though. There were a few that were left in Japan on the PS2 and PSP that I haven't gotten to experience. And then after that, I think they had like one PlayStation Move game, and then they just the series kind of died. So.
Yeah, I've never played the Ape Escape series, which is why I will say the PlayStation 1 bad for 3D platforming. But anyway,
point me, Amon.
Yeah, if you don't believe me, play Duke Nukem, whatever it was.
Time to Kill.
But that's cool. No, yeah, Time to Kill.
And what it's funny, like Croc, Time to Kill, those kind of games with the tank controls don't work at all. And I think this game, once it was such a good tech demo for the analog stick controller because it controls so well in like a 3D space. It just feels so good to play. It's I guess if you're playing 64, you already had Mario 64, so you don't really need that. But on PS1 at least, the other platformers, Crash Bandicoot could do it because you just got to go straight pretty much at the time, it's or side to side. Mm-hmm. But the open games were a little more they're harder because you had to navigate that 3D space with the fucking D-pad, and this game was like, hey, here's actual controls.
I'm curious to try it out.
Back then, games like this struggled with camera. How is the camera in Ape Escape?
I feel like the level design compensates for it because they don't have a lot of situations where it gets caught. Like I would have an issue because I've complained about cameras in 3D platformers a ton, but I feel like this one, the levels are relatively open. I feel like the only levels that are really like, there's like one level where you go inside like this giant dinosaur, then like the whole level's inside of the dinosaur, which is really fucking cool. But most of the levels are pretty outdoorsy and leave a lot of room for like camera manipulation and stuff. They don't, it's not really that obscured. So I feel like they were smart about it.
Okay.
You said this. Forgive me if it's not what it is. Like, it's not called the star, but you said that the star would do everything, like fire rocket launchers at you and do all this other kind of stuff.
The monkeys are the stars.
Oh, so is the goal to collect all the monkeys?
Yes. Each stage it loads in, and say the stage has like 12 monkeys. Your first goal will be just to catch 7 of them, but you can go back later on and get the rest of them. Some of them will be hidden. Some of them will be hard to get. Some of them you need certain gadgets for. So there's like a completion element to that. But
so what you're really trying to say is it's like Ocarina of Time when you catch the cuckoos.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Only it's good.
So which was your favorite monkey and why?
I'll tell you which are not my favorites are the fucking blue ones because they run super fast, like my boy Sonic. And Jesus, they're hard to catch. And I don't know, they don't have a lot of different personalities in this game. Later on they will. Jesus, Ape Escape 3, those monkeys can steal your gadgets. Ape Escape 3, which I doubt I'll ever talk about it, so I'll talk about it now. There's a monkey. There's monkeys that will steal your net, and they will catch you and boot you out of the stage. And
wow.
It's a fucking pain in the ass. I'm like, damn it. So, no, very original platformer. This is one that goes overlooked, and I think out of all the I'm surprised Medieval got a fucking remake before this game did. I feel like this game would still work really well in like a modern setting.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.